we were at Nug's farm with Hilary Quarrie. Old Atkinson, by the sound of things, wanted to marry her for reasons. Sent her husband, or was it her, a book about the black goat and various letters. Letters were exchanged between interested parties.
So
Atkinson tried teaching their daughter the Vurish sign, and there was like a big falling out. Everybody hated each other. The group split. There seemed to be people that followed her, the majority that followed him. The handover of like group leadership was happening that night, and then they tried to invade the farm. We were heroes, obviously. She was running around burning all sorts of dodgy shit.
Oh.
All the letters, because she didn't want him to get his hands on them.
But she didn't mind us taking a few bits.
So she gave you the letters, didn't she?
She gave us a couple of letters from Malcolm.
Which
one from the summer of 1927, and references to the Pilgrimage of Grace, which happened in 1536 and was a rebellion against Henry VIII.
Yeah.
And the second one was just a few weeks ago, and it came from Italy, which is a clear indication that that's where we need to go next.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think there's some. So if you notice, I've added an actual transcript of both letters, so you don't have to struggle with the.
The writing was very crabby.
Yes, looks amazing, very hard to read. But I don't know. Is it worth reading out the letters? Because I think there's some quite important stuff in there.
So the one.
Which one is it? When Hillary gives them the letters?
Yeah.
Yes. So letters from Malcolm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, first letter. Oh, yeah, I can't read that.
Yeah, you should be able to see there should be.
I can. Yeah. There's a transcript. Yeah.
The Pilgrimage Age of Grace was a little remembered and ultimately unsuccessful Catholic rebellion against English King Henry VIII in 1536. The leaders set a high moral tone for their endeavours, asking all followers to sign the Oath of Honourable Men, which promised they were opposed to personal gain, envy and heretics. I'm definitely against envy and heretics. And that they were for Almighty God, the Church militant, and the preservation of the King's person and issue. Supporters flocked to the cause in great numbers, and there was a real chance that they could defeat any army sent against them. But these pilgrims were not ruthless enough, and a mixture of false promises and compromises from the crown led to the beheadings of its leaders and the disbursement of its followers. Hillary says that the goodness of this revolt appealed to Malcolm, and this must be how he is styling his own pilgrimage. And the ticket, the letter was handled by Thomas Cook, the little-known tourist office. And the second letter was shorted and received a few weeks ago. Hand-delivered, but I think that had been handled by Thomas Cook as well, hadn't it? Because it had some sort of Italian postmark or some such.
Was it handled by Thomas Cook? I don't...
We'd got that he was in Italy from somewhere.
Yeah. Shall I read the letters? I'll read the letters. Go on, I'll read the letters. I know you want me to.
Why not?
I know you want me to. I think they're important.
As long as you want to, that's the main thing. You know,
as long as you. As long as
you're, enthusiastic about reading the letters.
I am
possibly hopping up and down your chair with excitement.
The letters. I am feeling ultimate enthusiasm.
I might put the kettle on while you do.
Okay, so the first letter from 1927 says, "Dear Hills, I write to you to tell you how I fare and how I feel. I don't expect you should care on either point. You may not have read this far, but I still feel so close to you, Hills. You're my equal, my better, my other half. I would have come back to you and asked to be with you again, but I am deeper than ever, and so far out from shore that I cannot hope to make it back. I write this to inform you, to provide you with facts that may assist you. I seek no sympathy or approbation. When I moved to London, I met with someone who Atkinson had heard of as a scholar in the field. I spent time with him and others, and I came to know better the other like Shubert Neugrath, who is anchored to our stars, Hastur, Hater, or Kaiwan. It has been known to many cultures and civilizations. It is no legend. On New Year's Eve 1925, it was called to Earth so that we could learn from it. I will not describe the event, just say that we learnt something each learnt something different, and that some did not survive that night. Hastur possesses avatars, and that which was called was not in its element, and I believe have been promised the lives it took, perhaps had to take them. It was an appalling night, but I must admit that as I later reflected, the immediacy itself meant much to me. It was not all words in old books, it was very real, much more real than our world, I think. I broke with most of the others after that. They are committed to a course that will fail. It is coloured by petty-mindedness and a lust for personal gain. There are links between Hastur and the Black Goat. It is talked of in more than one text of a union between the two, though the texts conflict over whether this will happen in the future or has already happened. The first source says that the Dark Young came from his sire, but I think this text is suspect. The more authoritative source says there will be a union after humanity is forgotten, and that two offspring will result. One is Yeb, the other is Nug, and that Yeb and Nug in turn produce two more entities, Cthulhu and Tthogua. As you know, I am inherently suspicious, even dismissive of the notion of applying our own concepts of procreation and generations to pantheons, but I know the names will interest you. I have left the society. I could not continue to bother my mind with what others found important. To return to my analogy, I float on waves thrown up by forces out of our sight. I guess a course and try to steer it, but I am at the mercy of those forces. I've joined a circle whose goals are, I think, correct and will certainly be furthered. My knowledge complements their own, and we call our endeavour the Pilgrimage of Grace. You can imagine who came up with that name. I hope it is not conceited to think that our ideals are as pure as theirs were. There are still questions we need to answer, but things are very close now. How lucky we are to live in this time, for the stars do not repeat their patterns but once in 1,000 years or more. I could come for you, Hills, for you both. Dare I hope that you don't laugh at that? I'm in Milan now, and I cannot easily guess my immediate movements, but write care of Thomas Cook and Son at 7 Via Monzoni, and I will respond. I suffer to think of how I have changed our lives. I lost both of us to this course all those years ago when I let the photograph of you fall out of my wallet before Atkinson. One just doesn't match up against things like this. All my love to you, Malcolm. And then, of course, the second shorter letter, thankfully, I'm glad it's shorter, that was received just a couple of weeks ago. So, Dear Hills, I dared to hope you would write. I told myself that you did not get my letter, that your letter did not reach me, but I know that is not true. The stars are right, Hills. I must tell you things briefly. This first may be old news, but the group that I split from will try and call Hastur soon. This will not succeed. The way they want it, but may cause great damage. Atkinson knew these people, so there may be repercussions for you there. Be on your guard. Second, our pilgrimage has set out. We will discover his avatar, the King in Yellow, the Son of God, if you like, his second coming. this could be as soon as December or early in the new year, although it may be as late as March. It's taken so much negotiating to get to this point, the university, the army and so on, that we'll wait a little longer if we need to. He is a terrible and wonderful creature, Hills, and his return to Earth will be the greatest event in human history. I won't present my feeble predictions of what it may mean, and you may guess better than most. It just remains for me to pray that you are well, and Sarah too. I know I am not in a position to ask for things, Hills, but will you take the greatest care of her? I know you do. Please let her know who her father is, no matter what you may say of him. Yours ever, Malcolm. P.S. The stakes are high, and if you do not hear from me again, you will know I failed. I did not think to handle my affairs before leaving for here, but my will provides you with the call on all my effects. Contact Thomas Villiers at the shipping office of Giuseppe Colombo in the Navigale in Milan. I don't remember the street, but the name, business and district will be sufficient, and he will act as my executor. So of course there was mention of their daughter Sarah, who you never met because she's Hillary sent her away to be safe from the cult, from the Shub-Niggurath cult.
Yeah.
Pesky cults going after daughters. I don't know.
So, and of course we left it after you'd assisted Hillary in conducting a counter to the ritual that Atkinson and Gresti had used to summon a child of the mother, which was this huge tree-like creature that towered over the house. Thankfully, you didn't never really got a proper look of it. But she was able to, with your help, she was able to turn it against them. And I think we left it where in the distance you could hear the panicked screams of Atkinson and his followers.
Yeah, they didn't seem to be having a particularly good evening.
No.
No, they were quite happy at the start, and then things seemed to went wrong.
Yeah. I don't think there's much more to add to that. So, yeah. And as the screams, you can still hear the distant screams in the night. Hillary kind of just sighs, turns around, heads back to the house, looking back over his shoulder, says, perhaps you should get some rest. You'll need to be up early to catch the bus tomorrow.
Yeah.
Without another word, she retires. The dogs following faithfully behind her.
Okay. I guess.
We've got everything we need.
Yeah.
And
I think possibly the only thing that would be useful, maybe, is knowing where the daughter is, just in case we need some leverage. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Just in case we can help. But
this isn't the sort of house with what do you call them things? The writing desks, where everything's just neatly laid out for the plot purposes.
Yeah, like
comes with a little shutter, and then all the evidence you need just right there.
You just open the drop down thing, and
ask the
everything's
the
in front of you.
Piece of paper drops out. Maybe after a few more swigs, the keeper will be a bit amenable.
Well, I'm afraid the only information you got is in those letters. So the rest, the book, she complete and the notes and letters that was collected together with that, she completely destroyed all those. As for the whereabouts of her daughter, she's clearly, for the sake of her daughter's safety, she's clearly not going to share that information.
Right. I suppose we'll
Go to bed.
yeah, just rest up and get ready for the morning for our. Wonder if it'll be the same bus driver.
I wonder
Oh,
if
yeah.
that lady will be on it again.
Well, hopefully, I'm going to try and talk to her again.
Yeah, definitely should.
Yeah,
It's just polite, really.
absolutely.
I feel we've made a connection. So
Yeah,
And we should be even more. The fact that we're still alive after, a couple of days and
yeah,
she might
we'll
be
have that
surprised.
glow, that ethereal glow about us having encountered the supernatural, just we might fit in a bit more.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's do it.
So you're retiring for the evening then?
Yeah, I guess. I guess with the dogs, we should be fairly safe as well.
Yeah. Well, the dogs sleep in Hillary's room. There's no like spare rooms, or guest rooms or anything. So you basically have to make the best of a couch and a few armchairs.
You mean after sleeping in an abandoned church in freezing cold,
Yeah.
smashing up bits of wood for
Yeah.
just to keep us from freezing to death? I think we'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
I think a wee armchair just with a fire going, a few cups of
The
tea.
lap of luxury that in comparison.
Yeah, we'd be probably quite pleased about that.
Like our first accommodations in the village weren't the best.
Okay. So. No, don't move the foot. Oh shit. No, it's not the. It didn't slender. Right. Okay.
Don't
Right.
click the plot revealer button. That's long.
Didn't see anything. I didn't see anything.
Right.
That's the equivalent. The keeper's screen just falling down in the middle of the table. Just going, and you're like, ah!
Unfortunately, you lot are on this screen, and the map is on that screen, and I was looking that way. So, just for me, seeing as the other two saw it, can you show it again?
Can you do a flash again?
If those two close their eyes.
There we go. Alrighty.
Let me
Okay.
just rewind that and zoom in.
So you wake the next morning. You're woken by the sound and smells of Hillary cooking breakfast.
Nice.
And she puts a plate of bacon and eggs out in front of each of you, and
Ooh.
nudges you awake if you're not already awake. So this morning she seems in much. Although she's not very talkative, she seems in much better mood. So a melancholy is lifted, and she busies herself about the house doing various chores, muttering to herself, saying, "Oh, so much to do, so much to do."
I suppose we'll eat breakfast and
Sit down and scoff down the bacon and eggs.
Yep.
Yeah.
and then we'll tidy up our own plates, not just leave them.
Yeah, do the washing up. It's only
Yes.
only polite.
Yeah.
So
I'll sort of busy myself somewhere near where she's busying herself, and I'll just ask her what her plans are now. Obviously, if we find anything in Italy, we'll let you know.
Yeah, please do. And as I mentioned, if you see Malcolm, tell him that Sarah will know who her father is.
How does post work around these parts? Do you need us to deliver any letters for you while we're leaving for the bus?
I haven't any need to send any letters. I haven't written or sent a letter out from the farm in months, possibly a year or more.
Like I said, just the opposite. We're heading this way or heading out. If you need anything,
I appreciate the offer, Dr. Highsmith, but no, that'll be fine. But you should get your things together and be aware with plenty of time. I've much to deal with.
Understood.
Balance of power.
Is there a more direct path to the village than the one we took?
So the path that brought you here is the best path, but you'll find your way easy enough now.
I hope so, because it was really weird on the way here.
Yeah, it was really long last time, so I hope it's not that long again.
I think you'll find your return journey much less trying. No one will accost you.
Appreciate
Okay.
that.
Well, your hospitality has been much appreciated.
And your assistance was much appreciated. I'm not sure things would have gone the way they did if you hadn't stayed.
I take it there's no more danger from that direction for you anymore.
No. As I said, this show of power. This show of power has made has established my position. No one will question my authority now. And there is much to rebuild, much work to be done. And
Well, can we say I wish you every success, and if we find out anything, we'll definitely find a way to communicate it back to you.
all that I ask is that you pass my message on to Malcolm should you see it.
That we shall.
To the bus stop?
Bus stop.
Okay, so you when you've got your things together, you leave, say your farewells, leave no farm behind, and head back up the fields to where the path leads back through the woods. As you do, you can see Will, Hillary's farmhand, and a group of the locals. They're throwing things onto a large bonfire, and there's a thick black smoke rises up from it. There's a wicked, unpleasant smell drifts from it.
I think let's not ask too many questions.
Just leave it.
Tip the cap, as in good morning, and let's just skedaddle. We haven't thought of a name for our rambling group. I'm actually quite disappointed about that. And now we'll have to change it to an expeditionary group, I think. People seem to, I don't know, wonder why we're together with such purpose. Maybe we should.
I believe we do have a name for our rambling group.
Was it not?
And it's Black and Bancroft Investigations.
Yes.
Oh.
On account of yours truly and the late lamented Mr. Bancroft.
The thrower of snowballs.
Thrower of snowballs, yes. Indeed.
Once again, I feel myself subconsciously reaching up to my cheek and I don't know, like a phantom sting will never go away.
A lame snowball and some cutting words.
Yeah.
Freezes you right to the heart.
Okay, so
So,
the walk back through the countryside, through the forest, and back down to Clon is a quiet one. And as Hilary promised, you are unmolested. Nobody intervenes. Nobody seeks to stop you. Although you do on occasion notice that, or suspect that you're being followed and watched. But other than that, nobody makes any attempt to stop you. And
Did Norman dress up as a sheepkin?
Yeah. It's not Mr. Tumbus again, is it, in the woods?
No, he's Charlie Chaplin for a few days, but nobody knew who he was.
Oh, yeah.
I told him that that suit and cane was totally impractical for the hill, but hence why he left early to go and rethink his equipment.
so it takes you an hour at most to get back down to Clon.
how strange.
Definitely was longer on the way out.
It was a much more arduous journey on the way up.
Is it still as cold, or is it?
It's cold, yeah. It's still cold. Although the most of the snow has disappeared due to the rain that's light rainfall that's coming down at the moment, soaking through the clothes. So by the time you get there, like I say, you get there in plenty of time. So unfortunately, it's quite a while till the bus comes. The bus isn't due until 6 that evening.
Was it not a morning one?
Oh.
Going.
So he's going the other way, yeah.
Yeah.
But the one going to
I mean, we could.
the one going to
we could-
Gloucester comes through at 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
We
but
could-
rather
we
than
could stay on the bus.
I was going to say, did we not discuss catching the bus to like Bristol and then the train back?
Yeah, you could
Does
do
that
that.
be
You could
quicker?
do that. I mean, that's what you did in the fair. You essentially did something similar, didn't you?
Yeah.
If you missed the bus, so you took the long route and came from the opposite direction.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we should do that, and then we might meet our ladies again.
Okay, fair enough. So, in which case you'll be able to catch the bus on its so the driver is he almost doesn't see you. He's not expecting to be picking up any passengers. So he actually drives a short distance past the bus stop before he stops.
Was he work for TFL?
And you're surprised to see it's the same driver as before.
Ah.
Oh.
Is the woman on it? Do we
No,
notice if she's on the
is
bus?
empty.
Ah,
The
shame.
music is drowning me out. Thank you very much. I shall God, that is loud.
Yeah, I've just had to turn it down. I couldn't hear
I have
anybody.
no idea that shouldn't have been that loud. Thank you very much, Ange. Yeah. So when the bus pulls up, it's the same driver, and seems quite surprised to see you. She's well. I didn't expect to see you gentlemen again.
Why not?
You said that like we shouldn't be getting on the bus.
Well, I didn't think you'd stick it out.
Stick it out. We loved it.
That's a lovely neighbourhood, you know. Fantastic rambling, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting sights. What's not to
Yeah.
like? I can't wait to tell all our friends and have them come here on a regular basis.
Yeah, it was a lovely stroll through the woods.
Oh yes.
And we got breakfast.
We did.
Well, you must have made a good impression then.
I mean, we do make a good impression to some people, just not necessarily all passengers on this bus.
Well, you'll be happy to know we've got no passengers at the moment.
Well, you say that.
Probably,
I'm quite
probably
disappointed.
not at this early hour. Probably going to be. It's usually a quiet ride to Bristol.
That's a shame. We
Yeah.
were hoping to meet previous acquaintances.
Well,
Such as
I
life.
welcome the company if nobody else does.
I'll sit at the front so I can chat to him.
Okay. So, unless there's anything you want to specific you want to do on the bus ride back and your arrival in Bristol, I think we'll just hand wave your return to London, shall we?
Yeah.
Just
So,
do the Indiana Jones map then.
yeah. So it's probably sort of mid to late afternoon when you get back into London, disembark from the train at it's Paddington Station, and there's still a light drizzle falling across the city. And hailing a that's too far. So hailing a cab. Where are you going?
Well, back to the bookstore.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, might as well go back to the shop.
Okay.
Check the post and whatnot. You never know.
Okay, so you head back to the bookshop, open the door, and pushing out the pile of the usual bills.
Yeah, ignore those.
Piled up in your absence.
They'll get paid later. They're not
Uh,
important.
Where was junk mail invented? Like the proper
Probably
mass-produced stuff that.
Probably shortly after the stamp. Would be my guess.
Because I wouldn't imagine being that much mail in the 1930s.
No. It's going to be bills and all the magazines that Gerald subscribes to that he doesn't actually read.
Catalogues.
Yeah. Newsletters from all the literary societies that he never attends. So you get yourself inside, you close the door, get out your wet clothes and put the kettle on. And it's at this point you notice there is a rather unpleasant smell pervading the shop and your flat.
Just be like, nah, it's not us. I know we're right in the hills, but would have
Is it
noticed
the
that in the bus.
drains?
It smells like the drains, indeed it does.
Yeah. Did you flush?
Yeah, we'll have a wander through the flat, see if we can narrow down where it's coming from.
Is this place swanky with an inside facility?
Probably, actually, yes. It's in London. It's not one of those northern towns.
Well, they've obviously digressed because flipping London to the head. I would argue the point that she's probably better off in the 1930s living here.
Is it a downstairs low or an upstairs? Probably a downstairs one. I would.
Downstairs.
Yeah. So work your way through the house. The smell, your noses eventually lead you to the downstairs bathroom, to the toilet. And as you open the door, your feet splash into the filthy, foul-smelling water that covers the floor, and the toilet, the actual toilet bowl is shattered.
Oh. Is that big breakfast?
That is not how I left it.
We any spare vinegar?
Malt.
How shattered?
So it's completely broken off. It it looks like almost like something like forced its way up through the pipe, and it's just kind of the entire thing is just like smashed. And the
Like
floor
it's
and
come
the
up
floors,
through
like the
the
floor
pipe.
tiles, are buckled up as if something forced its way up from below.
Oh,
Doesn't look great.
mm,
Was
no.
the bathroom door shut?
It was.
Are we about to get a close up of Mr. Hanky?
I hesitate to ask this question, but are there any sign of like rat footprints or anything?
So no, there's no footprints, but you do as you look around and look behind you, you notice there is like a dried stain on the carpet in the corridor outside the bathroom, as if something was dragged across the carpet.
What sort
Like
of
person size.
Was sort of no kind of like shape to it. It's maybe a foot or two wide, and it goes so far, about halfway down the hallway, and then as if whatever the moisture or the filth and dirt and whatever is like kind of scraped off whatever was dragged or along the floor.
Okay, that's I'm not liking this,
They're expensive. Them
where's your
toilets.
fireplace?
You can all make a spot hidden as well, I guess.
Oh,
I see nothing.
Yeah, I'm seeing nothing. I'm concentrating. Where's the fireplace till I grab a poker?
Okay. Oh, so Gerald.
this is my house. I'm fully aware of all of the stains.
So yeah, talking of stains, there's near the light switch in the hallway, there is like a almost a mark, a dirty mark, almost like a handprint, but sort of smudged. And it looks like it's like dirty water left by like a stain left by dirty water.
This is Insidious, episode 1.
Somebody has been in my house. I do think. Can I tell? I take it it's dry.
It is.
The toilet, was that like dried out as well?
Oh well, so there's like water all over the floor, like filthy sewage, like sewage water all over the floor.
So I'm nipping downstairs back there because we left our packs and stuff.
So this is downstairs.
In the main
this is downstairs.
Oh well, I'll go back into the main shop, get my backpack to grab a torch, and where's the fireplace?
It'll be in the living room.
Right. Yeah, we'll go for a poker.
Okay. What's the rest of you doing?
Yeah. To be honest, fuck the poker. Get out the shotgun.
I don't have that option, so I'm,
I've only got a knuckle duster, so
I'm not.
I'll slip my hand in my
happy
pocket.
At this point in time.
I don't think there's anything here. I think we're all right.
I suspect that it's been and gone, but I'm not going to take that risk. Okay. So, light switch. Right. I'll kind of follow. So it came from the toilet, I assume.
That's what I brought the
Like,
torch for. So I switch the torch on, shine it down the
yeah.
toilet, and
Can I see
see.
any more marks sort of carrying on this direction?
You can make it.
I take it there's been no other signs of disturbance that were obvious.
Not that were obvious when you came in. No. Okay, so checking around the house, you find numerous more of these handprints on the walls and on light switches and on door handles. These kind of these filthy, dirty, water-stained marks.
How big are they?
They're kind of a bit bigger than a normal hand print.
But it came out the toilet. No.
Well, that's what I'm shining the torch down where the toilet was. Is it something that came out of the pipes, or does something came from like underneath?
So you can shine in the torch into where the toilet was. You can see into the pipes, and the pipe is leading up to the toilet, or where the run down into the sewer. It's cracked and broken, as if something like was forced through the pipe. So it's the bowl, the bottom of the pipe is all dry. Obviously, it's like cracked and compromised, so that any water has leaked out of it. And there's this this looks like some kind of black slime or sludge in the bottom of the in the bottom of the pipe.
That's what I'm saying. Do I recognise this black slime from our little trip?
Yeah, we've seen it before.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Very. That's a bit worrying.
That is quite worrying.
In fact, it's almost jelly-like, almost like the jelly that you get round frog spawn.
Oh.
We're not going to get eaten by frogs now.
Frog spawn.
But mixed in with all this filth and dirt and sludge.
Let's see. Have we got sample jars or something that would be suitable?
Yeah, so can we take a sample?
Any?
I'll have some jam jars. If nothing else.
Any empty ones, or do we have to make a lot of?
Well, we might have to make a couple of sandwiches, but
a couple of loaves of sandwiches.
Yeah.
Because waste not one night, you know what I mean? There's still is the 1930s.
The jars are a bit like this big.
I'll say, yeah, let's not waste any marmalade.
Yeah, so you can do that if you want. Yeah, I'm sure you've got some kind of receptacle that you can take a sample in.
Yeah, because we might have as if they're a good pathologist friend again.
Back in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Reg,
Can I make?
Go and pay a visit to Reg after we have a look around the flat.
Can I make a natural world?
To what end?
Is this like slime something like you said frog spawn, but is it a snail? Is it something that I can explain easily.
Is it something that's some naturally occurring substance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on then. Yeah.
They're
why
not quite. Do snails lay eggs?
Or at least, have we been invaded by giant African land snails? It's probably snails, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Always a problem.
Right, I'm going to start here, and we're going to go through the house and check for any creepy footprints. Open all the wardrobes.
So now I'm thinking, these handprints are the webbed.
They
Now that the suggestion is in my head from the frog one.
they're kind of too distorted, too smeared to be able to tell. If you kind of if you imagine like if you had like say you're wearing a pair of rubber gloves that was like filled with water, so you got like the hand shape, but it's kind of like bloated and distorted, and that's kind of what the handprints look like.
Oh, okay. Bit of an inefficient way to burgle a house.
Well, but nothing seems to be taken.
So as you go through the house, nothing seems to be taken. There's certain points in the house where the smell is stronger. So near your in your bedroom, in the actual front, the shop itself, in the kitchen. Do you have a cellar? I think you probably. Yeah, most of these houses, and in the cellar as well. But you also notice when you in the front, in the shop front, out in the shop at the front of the house, there is one of the chairs, like old armchairs that you got there for people to sit and read, and where you probably spend most of your time yourself, drinking a bottle of red wine, reading or pretending to read a book. There is a visible stain all over the chair, and
Somebody's been sitting in my chair.
Yeah, and a couple of discarded books that are all soiled, like they've got these watered, like filthy, foul-smelling marks.
What books are they?
Just general occult books from the occult section in your shop. Nothing like nothing that stands out as unusual.
Did they leave a bookmark?
No.
Savage.
Thoughtless.
Right, hold on, because we might have to make sanity rules here. Did they turn any of the pages at the corner to...
No, they didn't.
Okay, right.
Just left.
Minus the 100 sanity there. Game over.
Just
As we all just fall apart and just go...
It's fine. Who hasn't done that? As long as they haven't been turning the corners over.
Have we got a literal bookworm? Is this how bookworms are created?
Could be.
At its larval stage? So it looks like something's investigating the investigator pad.
Something has been.
I'm guessing we're not, at this stage,
around.
we're not surprised, considering what we've seen so far, that some creature of...
Well,
we've had as a visit.
we've had people like watching the house before. We do need to be on our guard.
You did have that little incident.
Does this?
in Mr.
Does this?
Bacon's house with his cellar?
I was going to say, does this smell and what have you? Obviously, sewers were involved, but does the smell remind me of the incident in the sewers?
Oh.
No. The smell. In fact, when you think about it, especially in the there is that like that sewage smell, but underlying that and possibly more strong. It's like not underlying that was kind of stronger than that is a stench. Is a smell of rotten meat.
Okay.
So in the places where the smell's strongest, there's like a smell of rotten meat as well.
Rotten meat.
Sewage. This dirty. Sewage water.
Okay. And I haven't left anything like languishing in the fridge.
No.
It's the milk.
I did when I was 15.
Yeah.
Leave some ragworms in the fridge.
Oh,
And we
nice.
went on holiday for a fortnight.
How did they smell when they got back?
Well, put it this way. I remembered that they were there the moment we opened the front door.
You're like, oh, that'll put hairs on your chest.
Yeah. And I was not popular. All right, there's no obvious like source for this smell.
How do you mean?
If we're just like wandering around, we can't. There isn't a. It's this what stinks.
No, so
It's just a generally pervasive smell
it's just coming
in
from
the room.
coming from these areas where there's this residue.
Yeah.
Like I say, in certain parts of the house, the smells stronger. Like I say, around this armchair, in your bedroom, and on the landing outside your bedroom. Obviously, the toilet, bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
You can actually make a spot hidden roll as well. The three of you while you're looking around. You can make another spot hidden roll. I just thought.
Oh
No,
I'm too angry about my armchair.
Oh, you got a regular set difficulty.
I clicked it and George's dice showed up just as I clicked it. I thought I failed.
I'll have the dice again. Right, sorry about that. What were we looking for?
Just a spot hidden while you're looking about. You feel like it was possibly one more. Oh, right, okay. So I will say that Charles finds this because he's got a better roll. So, against the door, you see something against the door frame that leads into the doorway that leads into the front to the like shop. And as you to bend down.
Well, Shane, is it quite dark in here, or is it? What's...
No, it's not. I imagine it's dark outside, but Gerald can tell you what the lighting is like in his house. Presumably.
Well, where a man might be expected to sit and read, there are some quite good sort of standard lamps. The rest of it is more,
So I'll just shine the torch in the area.
Okay. The shop is probably not massively well lit because then people might see the state of some of the books. But next to my favourite armchair will be well lit because my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
You're just seeing red mist.
Yeah, not happy. Not happy at all.
So yeah, you bend down and shine your torch, and it looks so there's something stuck on the corner of the door jamb of the door frame. And as you look close, you can see there's scales.
Oh.
Gentlemen, you might want to take a look at this.
Scales each about the size of your little finger.
I kneel
Those are
down
some
and
Fingernail, sorry, not your little finger.
What on earth are they using? What are they weighing on those?
they're for like gerbils and things like that. I kneel down and I sort of gingerly pick one up between my fingers, sort of trying up, and I'll hold it up sort of towards the light.
So it's kind of translucent.
Like that. Yeah, is that kind of translucent, Cole? No? Can you see through it?
Not quite, no.
No. Has anyone got they've got some spare jars that let's stick
Yes, you
these
can
in.
make a natural world roll as well.
Oh, I can't. I can, but
That'll be funny if it succeeds. Nah.
natural world.
Ow!
We
Can't just pick
when we
fire.
show this stuff to Reg, we must have press upon him.
Natural
No
world.
burning things or. Did you?
Oh, bang
Go
on,
you.
George! Got bang on.
That one article you read.
Years ago, when they were in police and they were bored one evening, they picked up an old magazine laying around on the table.
Okay, so these.
You just read the articles. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
So you could be mistaken. You're no expert, but the.
Clearly, I am.
But these look like reptilian scales, not like fish scales.
All right. Yeah. I point that out at restaurant.
Almost like yeah, almost snake-like maybe.
And so they're just like a translucent, no colour to them, just like sort of translucent. Have we noticed any more about, or now we've noticed one, can we sort of see if there's a trail of them or anything, or if there's any others about?
And yeah, how have these got here? Is something rubbed off up against the door frame?
So it looks like something's as if there's something.
As it's gone out, as it's gone past it, or out of the door
Yeah,
frame?
as it's gone past the door. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or at least that's the impression it gives.
Okay. But there's nothing missing.
No, don't appear to be.
Any sign of an exit?
There's you've not seen
Any window? I suppose we'll go around and check windows and doors to see if anything's been.
So there's no
unlocked
sign.
from the
There's
inside?
no windows open. None of the doors are unlocked. No sign of forced entry. Well, there's a sign of possibly forced entry through the toilet, but no sign of forced entry or exit anywhere else. No windows unlocked. All the windows are still, the locks on the windows, locks on the doors.
So if it's here to steal something, that's not an efficient way to get it back, as in through the pipes again. So we can only can only assume it's still here.
Or it's gone out the way it came in.
Yeah.
Empty-handed.
In fact, from the size of the scale,
Yeah.
Can I get? Do I have an approximate size? Can I guess at his size about looking at the size of the scale?
Ooh, that would be a natural world roll. I would say you would need probably
So if
hard
we
success at least.
All right.
yeah, because we know what a snake is. I
Yeah.
think we know the difference between a garter snake and an anaconda.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that I'm thinking like, well, if you know, like you've got something that's a certain size, you could sort of roughly.
You have to say, we know the difference between a garter snake
So
shed
I mean,
and
so
an
if you've got
anaconda
like,
shed. You know,
so if you've got like a fingernail size scale, you know, it's not going to.
Obviously, we're not going to know the species and
No,
all that
no,
kind of stuff, but
no, and we're not interested. No, we're not interested in that. We just want
did
to know if
something
like
big
yeah,
come through here, or did
is
something
it man
tiny?
size? Basically, this is what I want to know. I guess that.
He's a very aggressive typer.
I know. It's an angry keyboard.
Yeah, you better run the game, not fight with people on Facebook. That's a keyboard warrior type style.
I am disgusted.
With Tunbridge Wells.
So what are you doing?
We were discussing anacondas.
Indeed.
An anaconda.
Yep. So we're trying to think: is this the scales of a big thing, or a small thing?
Is it man size? Is it cat size? Is it fish size? Man catfish.
And how is? See, it can't be a snake because snakes don't shed scales.
No. Well, we know it's sort of like a reptile.
Reptiles don't. It's more
Sort of
fishy.
like a lizard.
Reptiles
Yeah, but
don't shed scales like that.
Yeah, is it an individual scale, or is it shed?
Sorry?
Is
Is
it
Is
an
it an
individual
individual
scale?
scale, or is it shed?
So it's so there's maybe about 2 or 3 scales, but they're also kind of tacked
So
stuck
it's
to the
a
door
fish,
in,
not
in more of this sort of like slime, this
and
jelly.
it's slime. So it's definitely more. It's a fish rather than a reptile. Although I realise
Once again,
that we are now.
Can we tell from the size of the scales? Is it going to be a big thing or a small thing?
Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. Big fish, little fish, cardboard
Well, if it's a little
Can we
fish,
read up the English?
we can put it in a cardboard box.
But yeah, it's definitely fishy rather than reptile-y. Although that is now very meta.
Yeah, although George was of the opinion that it looks more like a reptile scale.
Well, George would be wrong.
Right. Go get one of your books. Let's have a look.
I can go and get a fucking snake if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but I read this in a magazine once.
Right. So I think we've done a full search of the house.
There's no fish hiding in the closet.
Nope.
Right. Shall we go see
well,
Reg?
Open some windows.
Uh-huh.
I don't care if it's cold.
Okay.
Do you want to take those scales round to Reg, and I'm gonna try and
yeah, we'll do that.
clean up and get some air freshener going. Because absolutely, I've got to sleep here tonight. I might go and stay in a hotel. To be fair. But yeah,
Probably a bit-
and
probably
obviously
a-
I don't really want to leave all the windows open and then all the sleeves. So yeah, I'm going to try and clean up, have all the windows open, get a nice through draft with my coat on, and try and clean up. Call a plumber as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I actually could do with the shit.
Needs must.
you've
And
probably
I
still
realise
got
there is
chamber
still
pot
a hole
upstairs.
in the ground. Yeah.
Probably got a chamber pot upstairs under your bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Call the plumber. Start tidying up. These guys can go and talk to our
Okay, so
naturalist
you
friend.
Reginald.
so you go and see. Yeah, you go and give these scales to Reginald.
And the stuff in the mason jar.
Yeah, okay.
And just kind of impressed upon him. If you feel the need to experiment, could you at least save some for further identification? Like a good chap.
I promise not to destroy the evidence this time.
Yeah.
Have you encountered anything like this recently?
I know. No, it's only you. Only have weird stuff turn up when you guys are involved.
Oh, excellent. I'm
Believe
glad
me,
it's
it's not intentional.
But I've got a few things to.
We're prepping an NPC for transfer over in case later on in the game.
I've got a few things to
Warming them
finish-
up.
I've got a few things to finish up this evening, but I might be able to take a look later before I close up shop.
Okay, well maybe we'll
Swing by in the
call back
morning.
tomorrow. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
call back tomorrow and then we can see if you've any insight into our strange visitor.
A visitor. It would be perhaps useful if you gave me more information. But
So
Came up with
relay
the toilet.
about the actual broken toilet smell, the fact that we've searched and couldn't find anything. Describe the handprint because obviously we don't have Polaroids or anything. So
perhaps it was. There's been a lot of rain the past few days. Perhaps it was. Upsurging
Say
water
rats.
through the sewers. There's all
Dark
sorts of,
stream
all
were
sorts of things
behind-
down the sewers.
yeah, I can appreciate that if I had found it in the bathroom, but not the living room.
Yeah.
Maybe the house was.
Look, I mean, we just want to know what it is.
Well, as I say,
If you can, that obviously it's.
I can
If
have
it's too
I can
much
have a
hassle.
look. I can have a look. I can have a quick look at it to see.
All we ask, and as always, your assistance is appreciated.
I should be looking for some favours in return. Not that I can think of
Oh.
anything that you gentlemen can do for me.
Well,
Well, the world is a
never know.
funny place. Who knows where we could,
you
what
never
situation
know.
could arise.
Yeah, don't count your chickens just yet. But we'll be back later.
Who's looking forward to it already?
Of course it is.
I suppose for the evening we shall retire to our own apartments.
Okay. Leaving Gerald to his.
Fuck you. Fuck you both.
Yeah,
Don't want to impose. I think he was a bit upset about his chair, and obviously, at times of grief, sometimes it's better to let the thing play out on its own.
I'd like to stay here, but it stinks of shit.
There'll be a P45 in the post.
Yeah. Well, there's no P40 from a 45-plus-year-old man upstairs. So we'll leave you to your piss-soaked carpet.
Thanks. Always know when you can rely on people.
Yeah.
To do what? Just shared your misery with you?
Yeah.
I'm not topping and tailing.
I think you've got spare rooms, haven't you?
But they probably stink of piss as well.
Okay.
Probably.
So you two are going back to whatever hovels you live in. I still think you probably
Live in a
Good
hovel.
sir, I'm a man of good standing.
Charles is probably got a decent.
Oh, actually, yeah, Charles won't. George probably lives in a hovel because I don't pay him enough to live anywhere better.
And I'm poor anyway, but it don't smell of piss.
Okay. So, what's Gerald doing?
Cleaning the house. So
Okay, so
it's
you
probably
air
going
the
to be top to bottom. Obviously,
Do you know what? In a sort of pang of guilt, I'll leave a note for my housekeeper to possibly pay a visit. And put a £5 note on in the envelope.
But yeah, clean it from top to bottom. Obviously, if I find anything else like scales or goo or anything, I'll bottle it. But I mainly just want my house not to smell of rotting meat.
Okay. So yeah, you probably spend most of your evening
On my own.
on your own,
Yeah.
airing your house,
Scrubbing
the
while
carpet,
you're scrubbing away while we're having a good sleep.
mopping up the filth in the downstairs bathroom.
That's my life.
Yeah, till you finally probably collapse, exhausted, into your bed. After securing the windows.
Yeah. Cheers, lads.
Night.
Sorry, can't hear you. Too busy. Getting refreshed and changed and nice clean clothes and shaving and.
It will be remembered.
Okay, so Gerald, you are woken in the night by a noise downstairs.
Oh, good. Right, shotgun downstairs. Light.
Camera. Action.
Torch sellotape to the end of my shotgun. Thanks for staying with me, guys.
Hang on.
Can't hear you. I've got my earplugs in.
Okay, so you retrieve your shotgun.
It's by my bed.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
1937. So you'd have to use twang until this point just to be historically accurate.
Lots of twine.
Won't leave a residue in your barrel, so at least that's it.
Yeah.
Don't say how it didn't help.
Did I ask your opinion? You're not there.
You're trying out these pissy old men.
You're so not there, I'm going to use sellotape.
Revenge.
What he did, he invented it years before it went commercial, and then they stole the patent off him, patented it, and he lost out.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Or at
Making
least
up his new character sheet.
I would have invented sellotape if I'd had time tonight, but I spent the entire night sopping up the carpet because I didn't have anybody to help me. And you have denied the world like 50 years of sellotape. That's on you guys.
6 years? Calm yourself down. It was invented in 1937.
That's still years without sellotape when people could have been happily sellotaping things to other things.
Yeah, true.
Like torches to shotguns, for instance.
You just can't get it to take off.
No. Anyway, twine. Lots of twine. Torch. End of my shotgun. And I will go and investigate like the brave man that I am.
You're going to leave the lights, your house lights
on.
Oh.
Are
you going to flick?
No, I'll turn them on as I'm going.
Okay, but you're still securing
torch.
Your torch.
Yeah, just a secondary source of light.
Okay. So, okay, so you get up, turn the lights on as you go, and you can hear the noise is definitely coming from downstairs. And you know the house pretty well. It is your house, so you can tell it's coming from the storefront. And you can hear the distinctive sound of books being dropped on the floor.
Bastards! Right, okay. I am angry eyes.
Okay, so you flick the switch, the light switch to the top of the stairs, illuminating the corridor at the bottom of the stairs. And as you start heading down the stairs, you are hit by this smell of rotten meat.
Oh, it's back.
Okay. Well, to be fair, after the evening that I've had, I'm probably fairly immune to it now. It's probably just permeated my nostrils, so I can't even really. I'm not even registering it, because that's all I've smelled for the last 4 hours.
Have I gone quiet?
No,
No, we can hear.
maybe it's your.
Maybe it's just
headphones.
actually being quiet. Just well.
Is that better? How's
Much
that?
the same.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? Hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yep.
We could hear you fine before.
Oh, okay. Wonder what that is. Maybe it's Twitch.
So yeah, I'm going to.
How's that? There we go. That should be better.
I'm going to go downstairs quickly but safely, and try and catch the bastard who's knocking my books on the floor. Thinking of shit.
You trying to sneak down then, or?
Not particularly sneak. Well, I mean, I've turned the light on, so I'm not exactly
true.
being
This is true.
sneaky muck sneak. No, it's more speed, but safe speed.
Okay.
I'm not making any dexterity going arse over tit on the stairs rolls.
Okay.
Is
fair
what
enough.
I'm saying.
Yeah, but you could style it out at bottom.
Not with my dex.
Oh.
Okay.
There will
So,
be no styling of anything.
you approach the open doorway that leads to the storefront. The lights. So some of the at least one of the lamps in there must be on because there's a dim glow coming from inside. And as you draw close to the doorway, you hear this sort of almost gurgling voice says, your books leave something to be desired, Mr. Black.
Rude.
And far inferior establishment to that of my own. Or what used to be my own.
And you are, sir?
You going any further?
Come out where I can see you. I'll just reach through and flick the light switch.
Okay. What in the storefront? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, sort of slouched, sort of half spilling across the floor on the
Oh,
shelves
fuck's sake.
is this
You dick.
is this undulating sea of boneless flesh.
Does it have scales?
Scales and bones
Ah.
jut out from it at odd angles, and from a viscous mass comes a stench of rotting meat. And in amongst all this, you can see the distorted, half-melted face that is you
Used to be.
recognise as Mr. Bacon.
Oh. Mr. Bacon's let himself go.
And you can make a sanity roll
Thanks.
as he turns and sloshes towards you. Oh dear. Okay.
To be fair, I did see him shot in the head and then fall in a canal.
You did. Has he got a bit of? Well, it's hard to tell if he's got a bit of his head missing because he hasn't really got a head. He's kind of this massive, this amorphous mass that's got a vague shape to it. You can see kind of arms.
I was going to say, how is he getting books off shelves? But
so yeah, there is kind of appendages, but the kind of as he moves. So if he extends like an arm out, it sort of separates from the main mass of his body. But when he puts his arm back, it kind of like sort of just melds back. Yeah, glutes back together. And you can lose 1d6 sanity. Oh, 5. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Let's have an idea roll.
He's gonna go mental.
I just turn over.
oh, my intelligence is really good as well.
It is, isn't it? Oh, you're still Wallace Cumley. For some reason, now you've gone from Gerald Black to Wallace Cumley.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I was.
That's weird. Let me just.
Yeah, because I'm sure I was Gerald last week.
You were Gerald
when
just a moment ago.
Oh.
There you go, Gerald again.
Actually,
Gerald
can I be
again.
Wallace? Can I be Wallace because his intelligence was substantially lower? Come on. Did you roll?
No.
No.
There you go.
Bollocks.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh dearie me.
Okay, so the full, yeah, so the full comprehension of what stands.
We shot you in the head.
Yeah, despite being shot in the head, despite him falling into a freezing canal, and despite supposedly his remains being retrieved from the canal or somewhere, since there was an obituary.
And probably a post-mortem as well, which tends to be a relatively invasive procedure.
Yeah. I've got this first name, what really matters. Lawrence Bacon. Lawrence Bacon, or what was Lawrence Bacon, stands before you. Yeah, you go. So, an involuntary action. Let's give you a random involuntary action.
Well,
I'm sure projectile vomiting would be.
Well, I was thinking how you soil yourself so it's in fitting with broken toilet and the fact that you can't go.
And after getting everything clean. Just
after you've cleaned everything up.
Well, I'm going to have to clean the shop up again.
Okay, so you just cry out in absolute terror at this thing.
Blah!
You're gonna have to make have a battle of madness, I'm afraid. So that will be. Oh, it's not a real chat. You're on your own as well, so it's a summary, isn't it? We haven't had one of these before.
She.
So give us
Yes,
so bad. Round up new chapters in the rules.
Somebody.
So presumably it doesn't kill you.
Left me on my own.
Okay.
So
give us a D10.
Well, in our defense, you'd kind of give them the impression that you wanted to be left on your own.
how?
By, I'll not go with you to the pathologist. Just use, I need to take care of this. So I was like, yep, leave him on his devices.
Okay.
See, I'm good at reading people,
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a job.
See, although you claim to be a psychologist,
I was going to say you said that, but you
and you
spectacularly
ran,
failed.
but I don't think we've seen you actually successfully psychology people ever.
I did once.
By accident.
And the chat has it. So the last thing you remember is emptying both barrels into Mr. Bacon. which to your dismay appears to have very
No
little
effect. On him account of being in mainly liquid.
And yeah, so that's the last thing you remember. So it is the next day.
There were a couple of jam jars. Did you keep any?
A scoopful of bacon.
So you, let's see, who would it
I was
be?
about to say liquid bacon, but the Americans will get too excited about that.
So Charles, you receive a phone call from the police at the local precinct, the local police station, or the police station in specifically
Local
in
to
the
me.
that's local to Gerald. They inform you that they have a Mr. Gerald Black in custody, and been having trouble getting anything out of him. Yours was the only name that he's mentioned.
Oh, so it does think about me.
It was more screamed in rage, probably, but
I swear. Okay, I'll certainly be right down. I might need my checkbook for bail money just in case. For a bond.
Okay, so on arrival at the police station, he's not.
Shall I ring?
You could, I suppose, yeah.
Yep, I'll give George a ring. Let George know to meet us at the station.
I'll meet you at the police station. I might know some of them, or I might be able to have a little chat with them and find out some stuff.
And off we go.
Okay, so on arrival at the police station, you learn that Gerald isn't under arrest. He's just been kept in a cell for his own safety, as he was found wandering the streets in the middle of the night. An empty shot, or rather a shotgun in his hands. Although it wasn't loaded, though it appeared to have been fired recently. And they also discovered that when they checked his person and found his personal details, and got his address, that his home is on fire.
What?
Oh
dear.
A box.
So I will obviously act as guarantor and
Shop and home are burnt to the ground.
Oh dear. Is there any? Did you find any reason why it may have burnt to the ground, or did you get anything out of him about the discharged shotguns?
No, not being able to get anything out of him at all. The only thing he said was he just kept mentioning Charles Highsmith, Dr. Charles Highsmith.
Can we go see him?
Yeah, he's going to take you through. He's in a cell, and yeah, so you're probably just about coming to your senses when these two arrive.
what on earth happened?
Did the smell send you mental?
Wibble. Bacon.
Eggs and bacon?
Bacon. It was bacon.
I'm sensing something's wrong. He's a bit upset.
Wow, your powers of deduction are amazing. Have you ever thought about a career in psychology?
Well, you should mention that.
I'll just scream at him. It was
Yeah.
bacon.
What was bacon?
We had bacon for breakfast yesterday.
Yeah.
In the house. It was bacon in the house.
When?
Last night.
What do you mean last night?
Last night, when you left,
What, bacon turned up?
bacon was in the house.
How did it get in?
How do you think he got in? He
The door?
glooped in.
What do you mean?
He flowed.
glooped in?
He
What do you mean he
flowed.
flowed? What do you mean he flowed?
He flowed. He didn't have any bones. You're not
Oh.
listening to me.
No bones? What about
We
the hole
shot
in his
him.
head? Yeah, exactly. What about the hole in his head?
Would I be privy to this, or is this new information to me?
Well, you'd have to ask them. You have to ask Jen.
No, but I mean from previous.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd have probably told us about it, wouldn't
They did a post-mortem on him. I don't imagine he was happy to see me.
he? Oh. What did he have to say?
That my book collection wasn't very good, which I thought was very rude at the time.
I mean, let's be fair. We all know that.
And then I don't really remember.
Oh. Do you know now? Not to upset you. Do you know he's burnt your bookshop down then?
What?
Oh no, you didn't know. Anyway, pretend I never said that. Well, let's wait till you get back outside.
I'll probably just
Okay.
burst into tears.
I look at George
Yeah.
going, tact, good fellow, tact.
Hey, he needs to know. He needs to know. It's better to tell him now before he goes, "Can I go home?"
Well,
On the positive note,
go and put it out. What do I pay you for?
I mean, put it out. We've done that. I mean, when I say we've done that, as in it's run out of fuel.
and the fire brigade did get there before us, and they tried their best, but
Yeah. So it's sorted out anyway, so I won't worry about that.
don't worry, Mavis is preparing a room for you at mine, so you don't have to worry about that.
I imagine you've probably got some level of insurance, thanks to all the money you inherited.
But my books.
Your books.
Yeah, I mean, many books have gone and don't exist anymore. So yeah,
that's never good.
yeah.
They were rare.
I mean, they're well done now. I know I make light of your situation. I'm just trying to break you in gently that everything you had has been destroyed.
Yes. Have you thought of a career as a doctor?
Yeah, I would.
I
would
would recommend
think- I
you my
would think
university.
again.
It was actually rather straightforward and easy.
I mean, Gerald. I know I've bombarded you with bad news, but there is some positive news that we've got to tell you. Do you want the positive news?
Hit me with that.
Your house no longer smells of shit.
Thanks.
So, look on the upside. The stains have gone.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, you wouldn't have been happy staying there knowing that thing had been crawling about.
No, I mean, it slimed your house up. It left scales and things around. Now we know. So, do you think the scales come from bacon?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was kind of like blended with all sorts. I don't know how long he was in that canal for.
Well, if he's got no bones and he's a bit blobby, then I'd say a long time. Probably.
I don't think he was very pleased with me.
Well, I guess not.
I'm guessing you shot him.
Well, tried to shoot him. I mean, you were found with an empty shotgun.
I think so.
Yeah, it might have upset him.
I don't really remember.
Oh well, speaking of which, if you're okay, old chap, to get out of here, shall we go maybe see Reg
Well-
and see if he can shine some light
Well,
to
I
the
saw
origin?
where, to be fair, where the scales came from isn't so much of a mystery anymore. Because I kind of like saw.
Appreciate that, but maybe there's substances or something that might narrow down to where he's residing. I don't think somebody like that just pops up without having maybe a base. So there could be some trace evidence. It could be from the docks, or it could be
He came out
the
the
warehouse
fucking
district.
toilet.
Yes.
Well, did you see him come out of the toilet?
I think
Did he
I
maybe
can
only
put-
come out of the toilet for his visit, and it's not his normal home residence?
I think I can probably put two and two together, seeing as he was a fucking liquid.
Did he give you anything useful? Did you glean anything useful from him? Apart from he didn't like your bookshop.
Well, I'm thinking as well that as shotguns don't seem to have been able to take care of him, maybe our good friend will know what does. He's bound to have done a few experiments by now. He can't help himself. He's a bit of a compulsion, that old chap. Bit of a compulsive.
Yeah, but I imagine he's looking for some sort of fish rather than a bloke that we shot several months ago.
Yeah, but he's
In
also
the-
meant to look at a slug and he just couldn't help himself and he burnt it. So I'm sure he's found a way to vanquish this guy.
You're missing small but salient, and I think relevant to this conversation point that we shot him in the head.
Yes, but you shot him again and he was still able to burn down your shop, so I don't think a shot to the head.
And he didn't have any bones.
Yes, so we need
And
another
he
way
came out of the toilet.
Yes. So we need a way to dispose of him. Because he seems to be quite a bitter chap, and we don't need that on our followers around when we're quite busy at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, I know vinegar worked last time. Maybe there's
A splash
our
of
good
vinegar.
pathologist friend has found something else that'll give them maybe a bag of salt, and we can go and maybe find out where he resides and pay him a visit and return the favor in kind.
So, water pistols have been invented. So, I suppose we could fill some water pistols up with vinegar, just in case.
Yeah.
Just to annoy him.
Just like a
Yeah.
slug, but
Yeah.
starts on salt and then trap him.
That's it, yeah.
Then Gerald can flick things at him. Throw, matches.
So, what are you doing?
Well, we're only leaving the moment to go to the
I
pathologist.
think
Not
I'm having
very
a
much.
nervous breakdown.
Right. Gerald, sort your shit out. We're taking you out of here.
Thanks. That's me. Quite a bad plan. I'm fine.
I nearly put my foot in it.
Stiff upper
and
lip,
said,
good
"We're
boy.
gonna
Stiff upper
take
lip.
you
We are
home."
British after all.
Yeah, we're not going to take you home. You don't have one.
Stiff upper lip.
So we'll find you somewhere to stay, and we'll get you.
No,
some...
as I said, Mavis is preparing this for bank.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll get you some clothes. But what do you want to do about this bacon, fella? Do you think there's?
Burn his house down.
Yes, so let's find out where his house is. Maybe Reg has some clues.
We know his address, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So we know
there
his
or not?
address. So
Well, Gerald does.
Gerald will have been before. Everyone else is dead that's been to his house
Yeah.
before.
But will Bacon's current residence be relevant?
Well, it's a starting place.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Is this the bookshop? Or that quarry?
It
Well,
was. It was an antique
Okay.
bookshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, wouldn't let us in, would he? They were a bit
Okay.
awkward at the door. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go and burn his house down.
Didn't you plan to do that like
Yeah,
weeks,
this is
months ago?
months and months ago.
Should have
Yeah.
followed through with it.
Yeah, if only.
Okay, so are you going to see Reg, your pathologist, coroner? Reg?
Yeah, we'll call on where. He might have some
Yeah.
flammable liquids.
Okay, so he is able to tell you that that the scales appear to be reptilian,
I knew that.
but
I mean, he's wrong.
but he's no biologist, he's no expert on animals, so he's done a precursory check, but he's not been able to identify what kind of reptile to come from. And as for the other substance, he's no idea what that is. He can't identify it at all.
Does it react to anything?
Well,
Come on, Reg. You know you've tried.
Did you put some salt on it or vinegar? Not to eat.
it dissolves in acid.
What type of acid?
Carbolic?
Any really?
Any acid?
Carbolic.
So carbolic with that?
Yeah. That would work.
Have you got any?
We'll get some carbolic soap. It's easy to transport.
I know, but if he's got some here.
That's a bit too far. I can't be handing out property.
I mean, you
police property.
say handing out property. I mean, we'll pay for it.
No.
If you maybe understand there's more of this stuff about and it's a bit of a health hazard that needs to be taken care of.
I mean, yeah, we've got a large infestation problem.
Then I suggest you contact the authorities.
I think it's out of their league.
Well, I've done my bit.
So,
You asked me to look these things over, and I've looked them over. And he hands you them back. What remains of them?
God damn it! You're not very helpful, are you?
I don't think you appreciate the efforts I've put in.
Oh, very. That's what I was trying to.
I already knew it were a reptile scale. Well, we thank you for your efforts.
Slip him a note and just say, we do appreciate unfortunately, we seem to have a run of encountering strange things, and I think you're one of the few people with the academic ability to appreciate that there's things that sometimes people see that normal authorities can't really deal with or cope with, and we shouldn't really burden them, with things that they're not quite ready for. You, on the other hand, my friend, are more than ready and absolute star.
Ooh, is that an attempt to charm
him?
Is that an attempt to charm him, or just?
Yeah. That's. Am I going to roll?
On, then. Give us a charm roll.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure you're fantastic at it.
I've confided. Oh, here we go. Oh shit. This is. I know how this is good.
Yeah.
As I completely insult them, but we can't use them ever again.
The sincerity in you. Oh my word!
Oh! I slather that on. That is slick.
Wow. He is buttered up.
Okay, so yeah, he just laps it up and so if you go around the back about half an hour. Maybe something will be put out by mistake.
So are there any washerwomen about? Sort of anywhere near those type of districts?
Any what, sorry?
Sort of laundries, washerwomen, just at the front.
I'm not sure. I mean, that would have been anything in like 18 sort of Victorian times, isn't it? They had kind of districts, didn't they?
19.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that kind of thing would exist. I mean, there's bound to be people, that that's a line of.
Or what do you call
But yeah, Reg kind of says that if you happen to look round the back in about half an hour, maybe somebody will have mistakenly put something out with the rubbish.
Okay, because I was thinking at worst, a couple of bars of carbolic soap fit nicely in an knapsack. Good for lobbing at gelatinous creatures. But if our good friend Reg is going to provide something in a bottle, even better.
Okay, so good to his word. Amongst all the in the alleyway, you find secreted a litre of hydrochloric acid.
Oh, even better. Good man. Well done on your charm.
I don't have many moments lately, but when I do, at least they'll count.
Just be careful with that.
Yeah.
Be careful with that.
Yeah, we'll leave it sealed up in the container.
Yeah, so it's in a big sort of like lemon brown
Yeah,
glass bottles.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stopper.
I think we'll take a moment and we'll transfer those into smaller containers.
Okay.
Going to be a pharmacy on the way back to the apartment.
Okay. Well, in smaller bottles.
Yeah, so we'll get some smaller bottles with stoppers, and obviously we'll do it in sync.
Okay.
So rather than lugging about one, we'll transfer in nice little throwable flasks.
Fair enough. So maybe quarter pint, half pint bottles.
Yep.
Okay.
Out of game, obviously being a man from Belfast, I wouldn't know anything about putting stuff in bottles to throw things.
No,
nothing at all about that.
So, okay. So by which time it's probably going on about. Everything's running like 3 o'clock at the moment. So yeah, probably coming up to close to midday, about 11:30.
Offer to make a phone call to my theatre for Gerald.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, he's got the clothes he's wearing. They're a bit dirty,
so
possibly slightly torn.
So I made a quick call to the theatre to obviously book a quick appointment with Gerald. Let him go get a couple of these working suits.
Okay. Okay, so probably take you another couple of hours to do that. Point with the tailor, get measured up. Some suits from the rack.
Yeah, so we can get measured up for the measuring take about an hour or so. I can probably pick at least something from the rack to do them in the meantime.
Okay. Clean
And
set
then
of
we shall
clothes,
go
bottles of acid.
wrapped in cloth so they don't clink. As well, we'll obviously take a couple each, I think. How many do you reckon we got out of that?
It was a litre, so how many pints are in a litre?
about 1.5.
1.5, so let's say about
1.5, 2.
So yeah, about 5-6 bottles.
6 bottles to each. Carry two
Yeah,
each.
that's plenty.
Let's say 6 bottles.
That sounds very convenient. That's
A nice, convenient, even
nice
round
number.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what is your fantastic plan from there?
What equipment should we bring? Han, Gerald, the bigger matches. I think you should have the honours, sir, when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to burn it down, yeah.
Is acid flammable?
No.
No, we're not
No,
using the
I mean,
acid.
no,
We're gonna.
no.
We have been
the acid.
camping.
I
We
was
have
just
been
curious
camping
if it
recently.
was.
We know how to start campfires.
Yeah.
The acids in case we meet Mr. Bacon again.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing? You're heading to Mr. Bacon's address, or what is it? What is it you're doing? What is your plan? What is your plan of action?
Should probably wait till nightfall.
You think?
If we're
I
going to
think we should
set fire to it.
Well, I think we should just go around and have a look now.
Well, you can go and have a look.
And
But,
if we can break in, we can break in.
Okay, so going round to where Lawrence Bacon's house and shop was located. It's not too far from Gerald's former residence. It's, as you know, it's on quite a well-to-do street. It sits in a row of terraced townhouses, some of which are just private homes, some of which are other businesses. There's quite a few sort of second-hand bookshops and antique shops and that kind of thing are popular establishments on this street. Mr. Bacon's shop is now all boarded up. Although the checking round the side, down the side alleyway, the door that led into the backyard is actually open.
Okay then.
Could probably
All right, we'll go down backyard then, because last time it was sealed shut. We couldn't get round, could we? But obviously we don't know that. I don't know that. So yeah, push the gate open and I'll have a look round the back.
Does this establishment have an outside toilet?
I thought it did. I thought we could see through gates, couldn't we? That it did.
Possibly so. I can't remember if it had it'll have the toilet will be downstairs. I can't remember if it was an outside toilet. Possibly an outside toilet. Let's say it was an outside.
I know
toilet.
it had a yard.
It did have a yard. Yeah.
So let's look at the toilet to see if it is also shattered and all over the place.
It is not.
It's probably had it specially enlarged.
And the toilet. Suit you, sir.
So of course, Gerald, you know there was access into the sewers from Mr. Bacon's cellar.
Yeah. And easy in and out.
Yeah.
Although I don't fancy going down there. Well, if we can get into through the gate.
Yep. So the gate. The gate's. It looks. It's got a chain and a padlock on, but it's been broken.
Wander on through.
And so once in the backyard, you can see that also, in addition, the back door has been, although this is also been boarded up along with the windows, the back door has also been forced.
Any signs of any glue or
any scales?
Has this guy been visiting other bookstore owners?
So there's some of that same residue, although it is dried and crusted.
Hello.
Okay.
So, can we? Are we going in the house?
Yeah.
Is that Derek?
Yep.
Oh,
He waves a bit of murder lately.
I think we should. I mean, if we, yeah, I think we should go in. And
I
just
think we kind of got to, but be prepared to cheese it because we're not suited and booted for it, really, are we?
no. So if
I
we
mean,
leave
I
the back door,
got. I mean, I got my axe.
yeah, that's not going to do much use here.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen what we've met or what Gerald met.
Yeah.
If we leave the back door open, if we can wedge it open with some like rubbish and stuff, so it's not going to inadvertently blow shut or anything and lock us in.
Yeah. Probably a fair plan.
And I think at first we just sort of have a look. We stay together. We explore the downstairs.
Yeah.
Without going into cellars and
definitely,
upstairs.
definitely not disturbing anything downstairs.
Yeah.
okay. So you're already quite familiar with, or rather, Gerald is at least. So yeah, Gerald's quite familiar with the layout of the house. And as you'd expect, it's been cleaned out. There's very little remains, but even only a few pieces of furniture are what's left. All Bacon's possessions have been taken.
Nothing upstairs.
Nothing upstairs. All the rooms are empty and dusty.
We're going to have at least a peek down. I can't not have a peek downstairs. I can't not. I'm going to go and have a look in the cellar.
Will we not fully commit though?
I'm not. Yeah, I am prepared to. I'm not going. There's going to be no heroics.
So what have you got with you exactly? I don't think we actually fully established what you've taken with you, apart from these bottles. Is this all you've got with you? These little.
We've got our petrol bombs, our acid, which the bottles I'm guessing we could shove in his pockets, but we haven't gone armed because it's middle of the day.
Yeah.
So I'll have a torch for breaking and entering purposes, but
yeah. So I imagine any gas or electricity that's supplied to the house has been disconnected at this point.
Long since turned off. Yeah.
I think we're starting to get quite good at dressing for the street, but having random bits of kit for going to strange places on the hoof.
Quite possibly.
As we've dedicated ourselves now to tracking down the weird and wonderful.
Yeah. That would be a reasonable assumption.
But things like ropes and like crowbars and
shotguns,
weapons, yeah, that's if we're going to we would have got all that for go back at night time. This is just basically a recce.
But yeah, like pocket knife and matches and stuff like that.
Okay.
And my walking stick, just for in case.
Okay, so of course I've, if you haven't noticed, I've reset because you had a night in the police cell to recover, so that'll reset your daily, which I have done. So the cell.
Why would you need to do that? Why would you feel the need to do that? That's
because otherwise it would go completely fucking crazy.
We're only having a look.
Are you going?
Yeah.
So is it the cellar you're bound? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
But just a little peek.
Just a little cheeky peek.
I believe. the entrance to the cellar was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay. So, upon opening the door to the cellar, your senses are immediately assailed by this stench of rotten meat, as well as an underlying smell that you presume is emanating from the sewers.
Let's have a look down.
Not going down that hole again.
No.
I'll have a look in the room.
Do you think we should come back with some more suitable equipment?
Is there more? Is the smell stronger down here?
Yes. You can clearly smell this smell of rotten meat.
Or bad bacon.
Oh, bad bacon.
Mm.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm here all week.
What's it to be?
Well, go and have a look. But I'm not going down that hole behind the gas tank or whatever it was.
Yeah,
No.
The boiler, wasn't it?
No way, no how.
Okay, so yeah, as you so who's going down first? There's only kind of single file down the stairs.
Have we got any
No.
light?
In fact,
Believe
George, that's what I pay him for.
I'll go
Going
down
first.
Go on, I'll see what's I'll see what's at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm gonna have to call it a night there.
Okay.
So go on then. I'll go down first.
Right. Okay, so George followed by
I'll go on then. Right.
by Charles and Gerald taking up the rear. Okay, so you descend.
Charles can hold my hand.
So yeah, armed with your torch, you descend the cellar steps, and as you reach the bottom of the step, the smell becomes almost overpowering. And you're like, as you swing the torch about, picking out the walls of the cellar and the boiler at the back, and you can see the hole that Gerald probably mentioned has been kind of it looks like it's been crudely bricked up. You can see new brickwork.
Oh.
But in the corner, there's what looks like a big old rusted bathtub.
Oh.
There's something in the bathtub that as the light hits it, it rises up, and you see this amorphous liquid thing. What's my description gone? So yeah, so this undulating sea of boneless flesh. It's like it's like kind of translucent, and there's scales and bones that kind of jut out its flesh at odd angles from this like viscous, stinking mass. And in amongst all this, there's as it like rises up, it takes on a vaguely humanoid shape, and in what kind of looks like head, you can see these features, these kind of distorted, half melted features, like an eye, an eyeball, and teeth.
Bacon.
Ah, Mr. Bacon, we meet at last.
So I've been expecting you. And you can both make you can all make a sanity roll. So you've had a rest, so everybody gets to make a new sanity roll.
With the bonus dice, because we're expecting this?
No bonus dice.
Like zoinks.
Way.
But we were expecting it. See, we were expecting it.
There you go. You see, I've described it well.
Nobody expects a blob in a tub.
But that's very convenient.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Bacon, your bath looks a little. Oh. Oh, Norman.
So Norman has failed. So Norman gets a random involuntary action. Let's see, what does Norman do?
He's going to jump in the tub.
And Norman, you can roll d6 to see how much less sanity you lose. Everybody else loses 1 point of sanity. Oh, so Norman just kind of whimpers and cowers into the far corner of the room, near the bottom of the stairs, just like on the floor. Oh God!
Put yourself together, man. That's not the worst thing we've seen this week.
It's not the worst thing I've seen, like, in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Fact. So everybody's lost a point of sanity. So everybody has to have an involuntary action. So you need to. So Norman needs to roll d6, see how much sanity loses. Charles, you begin to whimper like a child at the sight of this thing.
Oh, it's worse. It's worse than you described. What? How is that even possible? Oh my God! It's disgusting.
You burnt my bookshop down, you bastard!
George, your knees buckle.
Oh, weak at the knees.
Miss Bacon, actually, Gerald, it was you who burnt your shop. And he
lie.
flows forward across the floor.
It looks like you get a bout of
aggressively.
madness.
Does he
God,
fall?
there's Batman. So yeah, you have to give us an intelligence check as well now, Norman. This could be interesting.
Norman's going to go swimming in bacon.
Yeah, possibly so. Oh, so you made an intelligence check. So yeah, you suffer a bout of madness. Let's see. Oh, that's my book. Okay, give us a D10. Okay. A red mist descends. And you explode in a spree of uncontrolled violence and destruction directed at your surroundings, allies or foes alike.
Oh well, there's a 4 there, so
Okay, and just one last roll for Gerald. So what's Norman doing?
Just
Gerald,
picks up his axe and goes, kill.
Meanwhile, Gerald soils his new trousers.
oh God's sake, they're brand new.
It says
This
pisses
is why I always
pants.
carry a spare one.
They did say. Okay, so yeah, I suppose that's where we're leaving it then, is it? As Norman launches himself at this thing with his axe.
Oh dear. Oh dear.